Best known for making the Christmas specials of the 1960s and the 1950s, Rankin Bass Productions brought us Mad Monster Party on March 8th, 1967. Follows Boris Karloff as Dr. Frankenstein as he creates a certain type of substance that could destroy all matter wherever it touches a surface. Of course, he brings invitations to the classic monsters themselves as they go on a nice good party, and is actually announcing his retirement of being the leader of the entire monster universe, and brings all of his stuff to Felix, his nephew. Of course, they all retaliate, including his secretary, Francesca. So, what else do they do with the retaliation? They try, to off him. I'm trying to use more words than just using the word death in there, but that's clearly what they want to do. Of course, they didn't understand that King Kong himself, yes, I'm calling him King Kong, he's definitely an ape, actually comes to the castle and, as a wild animal, goes crazy. So, what happens? Felix and Francesca escape, while Karloff's character, Dr. Frankenstein, drops that vial of, matter destruction, I'm going to call it, and blows up the entire island along with the monsters and himself in it as the movie ends. So, what are my opinions about this movie? It's very, very interesting. And as a matter of fact, it's interesting in the sense that it's Rankin Bass. I normally see them doing the Christmas specials, but not monsters. So it was actually a kind of nice touch, and Boris Karloff is a dream. He did one Christmas special, which was, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And now he's done this, and it's a sensation. He's an iconic character, and his voice is iconic as well. I mean, an iconic actor. But, like I said again, his voice is what stands out. His face and his body is what stands out. He is very well known for playing classic monsters. So, you have to give him a round of applause for being very iconic throughout his age. Because again, this was around the time where he was actually starting to say goodbye to the horror genre and filming in general, so that he can have newcomers do it better, or basically do it as he retires. And it was just cool to just see him do this one last time. And my God, that looks like Karloff. Like, that literally looks like Karloff. The other monsters look goofy and wacky for their own sense, each one of them having pretty distinct personalities that are not in the vein of the actual Universal monsters, probably to, get rid of copyright reasons, as this is Rankin Bass, and I don't think Universal was a part of this. But they do look nice, and I kind of like how, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll just has to keep drinking the formula so he could turn into the monster, is kind of nice, too. It basically means that he doesn't always transform into the monster as the original movie once was. But other times, there are some characters that kind of annoy me, I think that's the Bride of Frankenstein, but doesn't look like it. She laughs so annoyingly, and the Frankenstein monster is just an idiotic brute. And all the other characters, they're alright. The Wolfman gets treated like a pet dog. The Invisible Man is kind of like Dr. Jekyll in a way. They're all fancy-like. And Dracula is Dracula. What do you expect? But in a goofy way. Francesca is interesting, and definitely has a crush on Felix, which is kind of funny. So now comes the recommendation process. Is it worth watching? It is, but that's if you like Rankin Bass. I never watched any of the original Rankin Bass movies, so I can't really put my opinions on Rankin Bass as a whole. I know that the Nostalgia Critic really does not like Rankin Bass one bit, but in the sense, I kind of have a big respect for it that they actually did a monster special, because this is their only monster special. This is the only one, and wow, it actually shows in its process. Now, it's not the best stop motion I've seen. Again, I've seen way better stop motions. Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Paranorman, Coraline, they all do their job perfectly. This was fine. So, I recommend you give it a watch, especially for the little kids out there. I think they might enjoy it. So, see you tomorrow and we're going to be talking about a friendly ghost.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.